Joe's a licensed electrician. He works with different contractors on residential and commercial new construction. Business has really slowed in recent years. Joe keeps hearing the housing market's on an upswing, but his business is still slumped. When he does bid on a project, competition is fierce. He's forced to cut all his profits just to stay busy. Joe's struggling to find a way to grow his business and calls his friend George, also a licensed electrician. He's surprised to learn George converted his electrical service company to a Mr. Electric franchise instead. "That's great, George, but why the change?" asks Joe. George explains his sales were flat, he hadn't seen real growth in over 5 years, and couldn't keep up with the competition. Joe could relate to that. "But why a Mr. Electric franchise?" Joe asks. "I really wanted to take my business to the next level," says George, "and I needed help. Mr. Electric really understood what I was going through and helped me to come up with a solution to achieve my goals for my business and my family. As part of Mr. Electric, I've got help with marketing, finances, even software to manage the day-to-day business operations. And with Mr. Electric's purchasing power, I'm getting great discounts on supplies, which improves my profitability." George says Joe should think about diversifying his business by purchasing a Mr. Electric franchise. Mr. Electric is a great franchise for existing electric service companies like ours, but it's also great for electricians doing heavy industrial and ground-up new construction work, or companies wanting to weather an uncertain economy by diversifying. I'm in a much better position now if the economy takes another downturn. "You know, Joe," says George, "my franchise is already growing into just the kind of successful business I want to leave to my son. A business that's built on systems. Then, even if my son decides to sell the business, it'll be worth something." Joe's been thinking a lot about that, too. He's been working a long time and wants something to show for it. Maybe he should look into Mr. Electric. "George, it sounds like you've got a good thing going with Mr. Electric," says Joe. "No doubt, best decision I ever made," says George. "But don't take it from me, Joe. Check out Mr. Electric for yourself and listen to what other franchise owners have to say. As Mr. Electric told me, a franchise isn't appropriate for everybody, but there's no harm in knowledge, so you should take a look."